Alright guys, what's going on? Matthew, I'm doing a quick little build video. I'm getting pissed off because this is the third fucking time I've done it. And my fucking phone keeps fucking up. But anyway, nobody's fault. It's all good. I'm doing this for my homie Zach Sadler up on Juice Junkies. So Zach, let's get right into this. You were inquiring about the 3-loop vertebrae that you saw me post. So here's how I do it. That was a 28 gauge vertebrae. For this purpose, I'm using 26 gauge. I would not recommend using 26 gauge. I'm only doing it because that's the only gauge of wire I have a surplus of, okay? So, and it's a little bit bigger, so you'll be able to kind of see it better. But, aside from that, I would use no less than 30 gauge. 28 is okay if you're just doing a 3-loop, but I usually do 4, 5, 6, or 7 loop vertebrae. But anyway, so let's get going. So, for a 3-loop vertebrae, however many loops, that's how many strands of wire you're going to cut. I cut 3 strands of wire for my 3-loop. Each strand about 20 inches. You want them all to be the same length. So, when I cut those, I doubled them all over. Use pliers to pinch and twist them. And now I have all these bundled up at the end. And then on this end, I have 3 loops. You see that? 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to take this. Oh yeah, by the way, the only things you're going to need are these. Obviously RDA, some fucking pliers and screwdriver and some snips. And some kind of vise or a C-clamp. I'm using this. So that's what I'm using. So, what you're going to do... Sorry, I'm trying to find a good fucking camera angle. That should work. So, you take the 3 strands, make them all parallel, bring the ends together, use some pliers, twist them all together like that. Then when you take the twisted ends, you're going to put it in your vise, and your C-clamp, whatever, you are going to tighten it down. Okay, cool. So, when you do that, you have your 3 loops sticking out. So, you see 1, 2, 3. Okay? Very nice. So, from here, maybe I'll do it from here. So, you have 3 loops sticking out. So, you're going to have 2 in one hand, 1 in the other at all times. Okay? So, you take 2 loops in one hand, index finger and middle finger. Okay? These are the 2 loops. It doesn't matter which hand you start with, as long as you have an index finger, middle finger. I'm starting with my right hand. The last loop, put on the index finger of your other hand. Okay? Now, the hand that only has 1, well, for any amount of vertebrae, the hand that has the less amount of loops on it is going to be your switcher, your transfer hand, your active hand, so to speak. For this, it's the one with only 1 loop on it. So, you have a loop on your index finger. You have on this hand, on your active hand, on your dormant hand, on your inactive hand, you have a loop on your index finger and your middle finger. So, on your active hand, you have a free middle finger. Hello! So take that middle finger, stretch all of these taut, okay? They don't have to be perfectly the same length, just all taut. That's all that matters. Take your middle finger, the free one, keep it underneath this loop on this hand. You don't want it on top of it, you want it underneath it. Take the middle finger, okay? You're going to go middle finger to middle finger. You're going to keep this middle finger in front of this middle finger. You're going to slide through the first loop. You see that? Slide through the first loop. Go over the top of the second loop. You're going to grab just the top part of the loop. Pull it through. And then pull like that. Okay? Now you have 2 on one hand, 1 on the other, but they've switched. Okay? That's magical. Now you're going to take this middle finger, you're going to put it through the first one, on top of the second one. Grab that second one, pull it through the middle of that loop, pull it tight. Okay, very nice. Oh, and by the way, when you're done with it, you should end up 2 on this hand, 1 on your middle finger on this hand, because your middle finger is your transfer finger. You're going to take that, slide it up to your index finger, okay? I'm really sorry if this is confusing. I'm trying to make it as simple as possible. So, once again, you have 2 loops on one hand, 1 on the other. The middle finger of the free hand, or the one with just 1 on it, goes through. It meets with the middle finger of the other hand first. Middle finger, go through that loop, up and on the top of the second loop, pull that through the middle of that loop, and stretch it taut. And then once again, you should have switched which one has 1 and which one has 2, which hand that is. So, and then you go like this, stretch a 180-degree angle. You're going to switch this up 1 finger, and voila. So you're going to continue to do this, okay? Middle finger, go through, and then up and over, pull. Switch fingers. Switch transfer fingers, that is. Middle finger. Go middle finger, through, up and over, pull. And then 180 degrees. Move up to the index finger, through, up and over, pull. 180 degrees. Stretch it taut. And this one, back up to the index finger, switch your transfer finger. It's just over and over and over. Middle finger to middle finger, in, up and over, pull it through the middle, pull. So, I'm going to keep doing this. This is the pace that I go at. Once you get the idea, you can just kind of do this like your grandma while she's knitting and watching TV. I sit here and watch cartoons and vertebraid. You know what I mean? So, you just switch, middle finger through, pull, switch, middle finger through, pull, switch, middle finger through, pull. And pretty soon, you are going to have, do you see that? I don't know how well you can see that, but that is the beginning of the vertebraid. Oh, it's my ugly stomach. I'm sorry I'm so ugly. But that is the beginning of your vertebraid. So, bad camera, but anyway, that is about the best I can do. I'm sorry if it was confusing, but I hope you can figure it out. So, once again, Zachary Sadler, you my fucking boy. Juice Junkies for life, baby. JJ. Alright, peace.